Hi everyone and welcome to another video. So today is a very exciting video, and this video honestly I have been putting off making it because before I never really felt like I should make it, if you know what I mean. Like I just feel like I shouldn't make it. But I'm going to be talking about my weight loss journey, why I wanted to lose weight, why I started, why I'm carrying on, what motivates me, loads of tips on how you guys can lose weight too. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Let's get started. I'm going to first talk about the beginning. So when I was younger, I never really thought I was ever skinny. Like, I'm going to say skinny and fat in this video. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just saying it because that is how I see it, like in my head. So skinny is like slim, fit, you know, like muscular and a flat belly, slim legs, that kind of thing. I never really thought I was skinny. I always used to think I was like a little bit chubby, a bit overweight, that kind of thing when I was growing up. So like when I was a teenager, all the way until I was like, until after I got pregnant. Because that is when it all started. That is when I started putting on so much weight. Like I went through my whole pregnancy with Elisa and I literally just didn't even put on anything apart from baby weight. And after I had Elisa, that is when it started completely. Like I used to think, oh, I'm breastfeeding, I can eat whatever I want, nobody's gonna stop me from eating this packet of crisps and this and this and this. And I used to just think, oh, so what is one packet of crisps gonna do? What is one chocolate gonna do? What is one Easter egg gonna do? Do you know what I mean? Like I just used to eat and eat and eat whenever I felt like it. And because I was breastfeeding, I was like, you know what, I don't care, I'm just gonna eat it anyway. But then I started putting on weight. When Elisa was like 5 months old or something, I was like, I'm gonna try some diet. So I tried like, what was it called? The 3-day military diet. I tried that. I even did a video on my channel. It was like years ago. I lost a bit of weight then, but it was like a fad kind of thing. It wasn't a real kind of weight loss. It was just like, oh, you can lose that much weight in a few days. And then I tried to do it again and I didn't lose hardly anything. So I was like, forget this, I can't be bothered to do this anymore. And then I just carried on putting on weight, putting on weight, putting on weight. I have never really understood in my mind how you lose weight and how you should be eating and how you should be living your life. Losing weight is not a diet. It is not like, oh, I'm going to do this diet for like 2 weeks, or I'm going to do this diet for a few months. It's not about that. It's about changing your whole lifestyle. It's about living a certain way so that you can constantly lose weight or maintain weight. It depends on you and what you need and what you want. Anyway, back to the story. After I tried those diets, I just gave up, started putting on more weight, and then Lisa was born, put on more weight. It was the biggest I have ever been, honestly. At that point of my life, I just used to look in the mirror and be like, what the hell are you? Like, what has happened? I just used to not recognize myself. I used to feel so sad and horrible. Like I just did not want to look in the mirror. Like I look through my phone feed and I try and find pictures of when I was like bigger, but I can't find any because I delete all the pictures that I hate of myself when I was like bigger. So I just deleted everything, and I don't really have many pictures of myself when I was at my biggest weight. So basically it took me looking at myself in the mirror thinking, am I happy? Do I feel happy? I didn't feel like myself. I feel like I was this completely different person looking in the mirror, and even like filming vlogs and stuff. Like I look back on the vlogs where I was a bit bigger and I was like, girl, what did you do? So I kind of like didn't vlog. Like my YouTube channel went down the hill at that point, and partly obviously because I had kids and it was hard to do things. Because I was bigger, I was just like, I had no confidence. Like I used to go places and I used to be so shy and awkward. Like I just used to think people are looking at me like thinking, how is this person so big and so short? For me it's like really bad because I'm 4'11" and I weighed 13.5 stone. So can you imagine how big I was and how short I was? Like I just used to feel so out of place everywhere. I used to have to go to like plus size shops and shop online, like ASOS petite plus size in the search engine, and then suddenly one day I was like, why am I even living like this? Like I can do things, like I can be whoever I want to be. Like why am I restricting myself to eating bad food, and why am I living my life in this kind of like bad way. Like, I don't need to be eating all these crisps and chocolates and things like that. Like, food isn't something you do for fun. Food is something that you need in your body to help it survive. So why are you gonna put so much chocolate, so many sweets, so many takeaways, like all the bad food that you can think of? I was eating that, and I used to eat loads of it every day, multiple times a day, and I just didn't even think about it. Like, it just happened. And that's when the light clicked inside of my brain, and I was like, I'm gonna do this. I need to do this. I really want this. I'm gonna lose my weight and I'm gonna feel happy about the way I look. Like, it was not for anybody, it was for me. It is for me. It still is for me. I'm losing weight. I'm still losing weight because I want to become my BMI where it doesn't tell me that I'm overweight. Like, right now it tells me that I'm overweight, even though I don't mind myself looking in the mirror. Like, I don't mind looking at myself because I know that I have come so far and I feel so good about it. But because the BMI thing tells me that I'm overweight, I want to get below that weight. So that is my goal at the moment. And also I've been doing like weights and things because that helps you lose weight as well. So I started my journey back in April, so it was like a whole year ago now, April 2019, and I have been losing weight for a whole year now, and it is very, very hard. It is hard work to lose weight. You have to have so much self-control, and you have to really, really, really want it. Like, that is the main thing that I cannot stress to you more than anything. Does that make sense? I can't stress it to you more than anything. I don't even know if that makes sense, but basically you need to want to do it. You need to have that urge to like push yourself to do something. So you want to improve yourself. Who's gonna do it? Nobody is gonna do it apart from you. So you need to get off your butt and eat that healthy food and go work out. So losing weight, the most weight that I lost was not working out. So I'm not saying get off your bum and work out, because you don't need to do that yet. You need to eat healthy food, eat less calories. 100% it is about the calories when you're eating. So you need to eat a calorie deficit. I think that's what it's called. Don't look at me, I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes. It's basically, you need to eat less calories than your body burns in a day and how many you're supposed to eat. So there's this website which I will link down below. You can type in your age, your weight and your height and how active you are, I think it is, and then it tells you how many calories you need to eat to lose weight, to maintain weight and things like that. So that is a really helpful thing. That's what I've used at the beginning. Also scales, get some scales, because when you see those numbers going down, you're just like, yes, you're killing it, you're killing it. You need to get some scales. You need to look on there and see how many calories you should be eating. If you can't like decide how many calories you're eating in a day, then you need to download an app called the Fitness Pal, or just roughly work it out in your head. It doesn't have to be exact every single day. You can eat more calories or less calories in certain days. My goal every day was to eat 1,000 calories or less. Like, before I would be eating like 200-300 calories a day. Then I started to eat less so that I wouldn't put on weight, I'd lose weight. So that's what I did. I just ate less calories a day, and that is how I lost a majority of my weight. Then after a while, like, I don't even remember, like, it's just all a big mess in my head. I started working out a few months ago now. It's in January or February this year. Since then I haven't really been losing lots of weight because I've been doing like weight training as well, and I feel like that kind of builds your muscles and then makes you a little bit heavier. But I still have been losing weight, just not as much weight as before. The reason I started working out is because I stopped losing weight. I plateaued, is that what the word is? Plateaued, where I stopped losing weight the way that I was losing weight before, like eating less calories. So then I was like, I need to do something about this. So that is when I started working out. That is when I started going to the gym and doing weights and things like that. And it has helped me a little bit. I'm not going to say it's like the best thing that I ever did to lose weight, but it has helped me. I feel like myself toning up. Like, I have muscles, like, you can't see, but I have muscles. Basically, I just want to do this for myself, for my own body. Like, I just feel like I want to be happy when I see myself in the mirror. I want to be happy when, like, wearing any clothes that I want to wear, going out and feeling like, you know, I'm not just this big blob walking down the street. That's what I used to feel like. Anyway, I also started losing weight because of my kids. So I just felt like I didn't want to be this mum who cannot run around with her kids because I have no energy, like I'm too heavy to run around. I just needed to stop that before it got too far. Basically did, but I came back. That is the end of the story. I'm still losing weight, but just not as much as before. There were points in the whole of my weight loss journey where I just wanted to give up so bad that I just used to eat like cheat days, whereas normally I'd have like a cheat meal where I'd just have like a waffle or something, and then I'd just like eat healthier after that. But there's just been days where I've just felt like, no, I'm not doing this, and then I used to tell myself like, you can do that, you can do it, like you can have the waffle, just eat better tomorrow, or you know, like you just need to talk to yourself. That's one of my tips. I'm gonna move on to my tips now. So I'm gonna tell you, I've written down loads of tips, like these are my tips that I'm gonna talk to you about right now. So let's do this. So tip number 1, you need to want it. You really need to want to lose weight. There needs to be this light in your mind. This is how I describe it anyway. There needs to be a light in your mind that clicks and you're just like, this needs to happen, and then it will happen. Like you really need to want it. Tip number 2 is 2 meals a day. So have 2 meals a day, and then it's easier to stay under the amount of calories that you're allowed to have. So if you have 3 meals and like one of them's 300 calories, one of them's 500 calories, one of them's like 600 calories, then that is a lot of calories. You don't need that many calories. Don't eat in the morning until you are actually starving, like you're really hungry, and drink water and have some fruit or have coffee or have something that is not a lot of calories in the morning until you really want to eat, and then eat. Like if you wake up and you're starving, then eat then, but then have like snacks in the middle of the day, if you know what I mean. So just space out your meals and have fruit in between, have water in between, have a carrot in between, have anything you want in between, as long as it's not a lot of calories. So that is tip number 2. Just have 2 meals a day, whether it's breakfast, dinner, or brunch and dinner, or lunch and dinner. I always do that. So dinner, I will have anything I want for dinner. Like I can have a burger for dinner for all I care, as long as I've had a nice dinner and then I've eaten low calories throughout the day. That's how it's helped me stay under my 1,000 calories, well, around 1,000 calories a day. Tip number 3. This one is count calories if it helps. I've mentioned this earlier. If you don't know how many calories are in things, there's an app called the Fitness Pal. You can just Google it and say like, how many calories are in a packet of crisps, even though it says it on the back. You can just type it in, how many calories in a curry or whatever. Then you can kind of just figure it out roughly in your mind. That really helps stay under the amount of calories you can have. I don't really do this. I kind of know how many calories are in things, and things like curries, I don't really count the calories because that's normally a dinner thing, and I just don't really count the calories at dinner time. Like at dinner time, I try to have like half a plate of veggies, a quarter of a plate of carbs, and then I have my protein, which is like curry and chicken, whatever. Just, it depends on what I'm having that day. Tip number 4, talk to yourself. This is what I do all the time. It might sound crazy, I don't care, I don't know, but I always talk to myself. I tell myself, stop it, don't eat that chocolate, don't do this, don't do that. If I look at my book and I'm like, oh my god, you're disgusting. I'm not even joking, I'd call myself disgusting. But don't just say bad things to yourself, say good things to yourself. So like, say yesterday I drank all of my water. Like, good girl, Saf. Well done, Saf. Do I sound crazy right now? This really works for me though, so don't judge. Tell yourself you're doing great, you're smashing it. Every time you see the weight go down on the scales, you tell yourself, well done, give yourself a pat on the back. Tip number 5, do it for yourself. You don't need to do this for anybody but yourself. That is the only way you're going to keep motivated. You're the only person who can do this. Nobody's going to go to the gym for you. Nobody's going to cook for you. I wish. Nobody's going to put less food on your plate. Nobody's going to stop eating for you when you're full. Do you know what I mean? Which brings me on to tip number 6. Do not eat more than you need to. So eat until you're full and then stop eating. You don't need to eat anymore. You can drink water to fill yourself up a little bit more if you want to, but don't eat too much. Just eat until you feel like, you know, you're satisfied. Food is for fuel, it is not fun. Food is not fun. It can be sometimes, but on a day-to-day basis it's not fun, it is fuel. Tip number 7 is to eat only when you're hungry, and drink water and have fruit and veg in between your meals if you are still hungry. So obviously you can have an apple, you can have a banana, you can have carrots, you can have cucumber, you You can have whatever fruit or veg you like, and that will keep you going throughout all of your meals in the day. Don't eat like crisps and chocolate in between, because that's just, you don't need those calories. You just don't. Tip number 8 is eat food that you actually like. Do not eat healthy food because it's healthy, okay? Don't eat brown rice if you don't like brown rice, because you're not going to want to eat it. You're just going to be like, ugh, gross. That's what I do. I hate brown rice, I hate brown pasta, I hate that kind of thing. I hate brown bread, cardboard. Basically, just eat what you like. Say you're having white rice, eat less of it. Just don't eat like as much as you normally would. Have half the portion. Start with half the portion. If you still feel a little bit hungry, have a little bit more, but just have the food that you like, because if you start eating like quinoa and I can't think of anything else but if you start eating all this healthy food that you just don't like, it tastes like cardboard, it tastes like crap, don't do it. You just need to eat less of the food that you like, or eat the amount of calories. You know, you need to kind of work it out for every single meal that you have, because the last thing you want to do is have all this healthy food putting you off eating actually eating healthy. Like, oh, not healthy, like I wouldn't say losing weight like this is healthy. I would say that it works, but I wouldn't say it's healthy. Like, I don't know, I'm not a nutritionist. Do not look at me like I know what I'm talking about, because I'm telling you what has worked for me and what may work for you. Tip number 9. This tip is basically, I've touched on it before, but it is so important. Only eat until you are not hungry anymore, okay? Sorry, that was annoying, but don't eat unless you actually need the food. Like, you can pretend food is petrol and you are a car. So when you're hungry, the car is empty, so you need to eat until your fuel levels go up. If it goes like this high, and then you can't eat anymore, you just need to eat until your tank is full, and then you need to stop, because if you're gonna overeat, then obviously that's more calories and you're gonna put on more weight. So you just don't need to eat that much. Like, don't worry about wasting food, because you can just save it for later. Later on, you will kind of know what you will eat and what you won't eat, so you can kind of like put smaller portions, or even start with smaller portions and then add more if you need to, if you're still hungry. Don't eat unless you're really hungry, and stop eating when you're full. Tip number 10. Fill half of your plate with salad. I've already touched upon this again. See, this is, I'm just repeating myself here, but fill half of your plate with salad, like whatever salad you like. And I'm suggesting don't buy the packets of salad, because in there, half of us don't even like half the stuff in there. So buy the salad that you like, say like an iceberg lettuce, cucumber, carrots. You can put in sweet corn, you can put in whatever you like. Just as long as you really like those vegetables and you can eat them, then do that. Don't put things on your plate that you don't like, because I remember I used to like buy packets of salad and put them on my plate, and I'm just like, I don't even want to eat that, because it just looks like a field on my plate. The rest of your plate have some carbs, so like chapatis, rice, pasta, whatever, and then the rest of it have some protein, which normally it's a curry, or just, I don't even know, just whatever you've got, whatever you've made. Tip number 11. A lot of diets that I see are cutting out everything. Like, they cut out carbs, they cut out dairy, they cut out this, they cut out that. Don't do that. Like, why? Like, unless obviously you can't eat that kind of food, then don't cut anything out, because you need all of these nutrients in your body. You don't need to be cutting out pasta. Don't cut out carbs, because they're good for you. You need carbs, you need everything in your body. Don't listen to any of these diets, because a lot of them don't know what they're talking about. Well, obviously they must work for some people, otherwise they wouldn't be around, but it's not good to cut out certain food groups. You just don't need to do it. Why? Just eat everything, come on. Tip number 12 is treat yourself. You need to treat yourself. If you don't treat yourself, you're just gonna slip off this road of healthiness and weight loss. You need to treat yourself. It doesn't matter how many times you treat yourself, as long as you know that you're controlling how many times you treat yourself in a certain amount of time. So yesterday was a really bad day for me, I'm not even gonna lie. I had waffles with Nutella and Biscoff spread and cream in the morning, and then in the evening I had a cookie dough, like a little cookie dough, which I made out of a cookie from Morrison's and some ice cream, which I was craving so bad. Oh my god. So I needed it, so I needed to have it, so I had it. And now today I feel like absolute crap about it. So I'm fixing up. I'm eating good today. I'm not eating any junk, I'm not eating any crisps, any chocolates, not even any of the kids. Like, normally if I wouldn't have done what I did yesterday, I would have had like a piece of the kids' chocolate, or a little bit of their crisps, or just some of their food that they would have been eating, but I haven't been doing that today. Good gal. I've also filmed what I ate in a day today, so if you want to see that, that video will be up. I'll put it up here somewhere. So obviously when you have these treat foods, don't eat too much. Don't eat excessive amounts. You don't need excessive amounts. Just eat until the craving has gone and then stop. Have 1 cupcake instead of 3. Have half a cupcake instead of 1 if it's a big one. Kind of control the amount that you eat of the bad stuff. Like obviously if it's like Nutella, you can't really help yourself. But you kind of just need to calculate it, and then I'm sure you'll be fine. Like just get back on track the day after. Like you should be feeling guilty if you have these things. It will motivate you more. Tip number 13 is add more veggies to your food. So to get more of your micronutrients and your, you know, the healthy food inside of your body, instead of not putting any vegetables in your food, try and add them. Like try and add like grated carrots to your mincemeat dishes, or little peppers. Just like cut peppers up and put those in your food. If you don't like veggies. Obviously if you do like veggies, that is amazing. Put as many as you want in. I never really used to cook with veggies, so it was a bit hard when I started like cooking loads of vegetable food, like things with vegetables in, but now I'm used to it. I put vegetables in almost everything that I cook. Love vegetables. Just try and have as many vegetables as you can in your foods. So tip number 14 is don't eat more when you've worked out. That doesn't make sense, guys. You're burning calories, 300 calories when you work out. Why are you going to eat food just because you've worked out and put all of those calories back on? You don't need to do that. Like, it doesn't make sense. Don't eat because you've worked out. You work out, you carry on eating the same as you have been to try and lose weight. That is the only way it's going to work. I used to be like that. I used to be like, oh, I walked up the road, now I can have a big ice cream. That used to be me, I'm not even lying. So tip number 15? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I only just realised that this is not 14 and this is not 15. Anyway, moving on. This is the last tip that I have for you today. It is leave a glass of water next to the sink or anywhere where you go to the most. So I have a breakfast bar which is between my living room and my extension room, which in the kitchen basically. So that is the part where I walk past the most. So I always have a glass of water near the sink and then a glass with water in it on the breakfast bar. So when I have my glass of water in the morning or whatever, I just refill the one on the breakfast bar and then just like drink. I just drink loads of water. You have to drink loads of water to keep yourself full when you're losing weight, because water is nothing. Water is just water. You do need to go to the toilet a lot when you drink water, but it's good for you, so you need to do it. So a tip to drink more water is leave a clean glass by the sink all the time, and then obviously it's there when you do the washing up. Drink a glass of water. When you're walking past, drink a glass of water. Basically leave a glass where you can see it, so every time you go to the sink you can fill it up, or obviously like by your fridge or whatever, if you've got a water filter or whatever. Wherever you get your water from, just put a glass there. That is all of my tips. So I really hope that these tips will help you out. Let me know on Instagram if you want any more tips. You can just DM me if you want any like advice or anything like that on how to lose weight. I'm going to be filming a Q&A as well, which I asked on Instagram for questions, and you guys gave me lots of questions, so I'm going to film a separate video which is going to go up after this one, so stay tuned to watch that video. And yeah, that is going to be the end of this video. I really hope it helped. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.